In 2008, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reported that 32% of the total number of car accident deaths were caused from drunk driving. In other words, out of the 37,000 car accident deaths that occurred, 12,000 of them were from drunk driving. So therefore, I believe that roadblocks and checkpoints should be used in order to prevent such numbers from occurring. I just have a short video that shows a drunk driving accident. Drunk driving occurs at all ages. As you saw in the video, he was an older man, but it's just as important for teens to know the dangers of drunk driving. Because teens think that if they get away with it once, they can just keep doing it and it's going to be okay. Today I want to talk to you about why checkpoints became the decision to patrol such car accidents, what DUI and license suspension laws are in Pennsylvania, and why drunk driving laws should be in effect. First, let's talk about why checkpoints serve as a productive way to patrol impaired drivers. The problem with drunk drivers was that police could not always catch them because they were not patrolling roads, and they couldn't get to them before a fatal accident occurred. Checkpoints and roadblocks serve as a way to prevent this. They can patrol certain areas that have proved to be dangerous, and they provide a more strict enforcement. 38 states have already supported sobriety checkpoints. And among the states that do not support this system are Alaska, Idaho, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, Oregon, Texas, Rhode Island, Washington, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. These states that choose not to use checkpoints support their cause by saying that it's considered illegal by their law or their own state constitution, and that it has no explicit authority to conduct this. I think that any law that can prevent lives from being taken shouldn't be considered illegal by law. Next, I want to talk to you about the DUIs that are in effect in Pennsylvania. In 2003, there was a lowering of the legal limit of your blood alcohol concentration, or BAC, for a DUI from 0.10 to 0.08. For men between the weight of 180 and 200 pounds, this means that you have 4 drinks and you're already at that level. I know that my dad is between that weight limit and he doesn't stop at 4 drinks and he still thinks he's okay to drive, which is probably the case for other men as well. For women of 120 pounds, that's only equal to 2 drinks. Fines and license suspension depend on your BAC level. They have a BAC per se that they call, which is a 6-month max sentence in jail, a $300 fine, or a 2-month suspension of your license. A high BAC is 48 consecutive hours in jail, 6 months maximum jail time, a $500 to $5,000 fine, and 12-month suspension of your license. And the highest BAC level is 72 consecutive hours in jail, a 6-month maximum jail time, $1,000 to $5,000 fine, and 12 month suspension. There are cases where if a person was given a 12-month suspension, if they served a 2-month suspension and did not go against any probation that they were under, then they would be given back their license. Now that we have discussed the positives to checkpoints and DUI laws in Pennsylvania, I want to talk about why these laws should be in effect, even though some people may disagree. Various states, like Texas, argue that there should be more emphasis on impairment and not the level of alcohol that's in your system. In other words, impairment comes at different levels for other people, and some BAC levels may be lower for some people. Other people may argue that people are aware of when they've reached their limit and know when their impairment becomes dangerous. But it's not up to that person to decide. This is why we have a legislative to make laws and tell us what is dangerous. One wrong turn, one distraction, because your mind's already impaired from that number of drinks, that's all it takes to take a life. In closing, I hope that at least one of you has become more supporting of the solution of checkpoints and will not be afraid to take your own action to prevent the cause. Checkpoints may seem like an unnecessary way to control and stop impaired drivers because of all the hassle that they cause. I've never had to go through a checkpoint, but I've seen them, and they do take up a lot of time, but if it can prevent a life from being taken, then I don't see why people call it such a hassle. So next time you or someone you know is deciding to drive impaired, consider the innocent person that may be on the other side of the accident that may have their life taken away.